You are listening to That Is What I Am Talking About. I am Bob A. Dingleman, and once again, I am bad. We are broadcasting live today. It is the day after Easter, and we got some nice things going on today. But let me let you know, you can follow me on Twitter, Bob A. Dingleman. That's at BOBADINGLEMAN. Or, if you'd like to talk to me another way, email me at bobadingleman@gmail.com. All right, the phone lines are open. Please call 1-800-2-CALL-BOB. That's 1-800-2-CALL-BOB if you want to get in on what we're talking about today. Today, the day after Easter, we're going to talk about church. And I have an important guest today. The Reverend has called in, and he is distraught this morning, and he wants to talk about some things about church and Easter and everything that went on in church yesterday. So we're going to hear from the Reverend shortly. First, we got to talk about in the news, but we got to talk to the Reverend later. And we got a nice treat for you today on the That's What I Am Talking About show with Bob A. Dingleman. Once again, I am. Well, how were they dressed, Reverend? Enlighten our audience.
Well, some of these women had all they colorful nails, and the hair was everywhere, just hair everywhere. Just everywhere, hair everywhere. And some of the women had, the clothes they had on, and their back was out, and they just got all these tattoos and things all over their bodies. Just tattoo on the neck and on the back and in the small of their back, on the ankle and the back of the thigh and the inside of the thigh, the right thigh to the left.
Reverend, come back.
Hi, I'm sorry, Mr. Dingleman. This is part of the story I'm trying to tell you. That the distraction of the way that these women dress these days, I don't understand. So, with all of the dressing in the high heels and high heel shoes that the women wear these days, where are they going with these high heels, 8, 9, and 10 inches high? Where are they going, and why do they need to wear these to church? That is what I am trying to understand from these women these days. So I just sit in the pulpit and I just observe everything going on. So I said, well, one lady walked in the church, very nice looking lady, very, very nice lady. I have never seen her before in my church, but she got up and went to the restroom, and I looked at the backside, and she didn't have no drawers on.
Reverend, how do you know that she did not have on any underwear or undergarments? How do you know that?
Well, you know how you can look sometimes at women's clothes, and you see the outfit they got on, and you see the lines and print or something. She didn't have no line, just her dress sticking to her butt cheeks.
Reverend, okay. Thank you for that visual imagery, the description. Okay. Okay. Interesting indeed.
Yeah, just sticking to her butt cheek. So I'm up trying to preach and get things together and talk about what I need to talk about. And I got all this distraction. It's the devil. The devil has entered and trying to distract people and get you off the message. But I am here today to tell you, Mr. Dingle, that I, the Reverend Goldstein, am not going to allow the devil to enter the Redeemer on high who looks down low. If you don't act right, you know where you're going to go. All these people coming to the church looking like that know where they going to go. Straight to hell.
Reverend, calm down. Let's calm down, Reverend. Let's calm down. All right. Let's take a break here, and we'll come back and talk more with the Reverend about his issues with certain people and the things that he saw yesterday. That's what I am talking about. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. There's more to come here on That Is What I Am Talking About.
Win Wellness Center, LLC. Automobile accident, slip and falls, workers' compensation, headaches, neck pain, backaches, sciatica, wellness care, acupuncture, call 407-614-5891 or fax them at 407-614-5892 or visit them at 2716 Groove Circle, Suite 100, Ocoee, Florida 34761 or visit them on the web at www.needadocnow.com. We got your back.
This is Bob A. Dingleman. Catch me weekly on WDROPDE 4445 on your internet drive. The show is called That Is What I Am Talking About, and I am Bob A. Dingleman. Also, I am bad.
What's up, Orlando? This is Miss Sassy D, and you're listening to the Jimmy Williams Show, WDROPDE 4445. Car accident? Remember, after 911, call 411, 1-800-411-PAIN.
Thanks for listening, but there's much, much more to come here on the Bob Dingleman Hour. All right, we are back. We are with the Reverend. He is talking about church and some of his problems with people coming to the church dressed and looking and behaving any kind of way. Reverend, continue.
Yeah, this is the Reverend Goldstein. So, Mr. Dingle, I was trying to give my sermon up front, and I was talking about some things. And I made a mistake yesterday in the church house. And for that, I am sorry for. I have apologized to the Lord. And I'm just telling everybody that the devil is trying to infiltrate. We must block the devil. Block him at the door.
Oh, Reverend, what happened? What happened to you yesterday?
Well, I was standing up front talking, and I was preaching. I was in it. I was knee-deep into what I was preaching about, talking about prayer and how prayer changes things. And so a woman got up, and all the time, during the whole time she was sitting in front, she had a little boy on her lap, so I couldn't see nothing. I mean, I was not looking to see nothing. I'm just saying I could not see nothing. So I did not know that when she got up, you got to call her name Gus. Sometimes Gus, when he described things, he say, whoa, something like that. Well, when this lady got up, all I can say is, I am a religious man, Mr. Dingleman, and I just want to say that if the Lord created anything that was better than that woman.
Oh, Reverend, calm down, Reverend.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, anything better than that, he must have kept it for himself. But anyway, so I was sitting there and the woman I was talking about prayer. I was into prayer very, very a lot, just talking about prayer. And I was saying, everybody needs to get up, turn around, and get on your knees. And when I got to the woman stood up, and Mr. Dingleman, I made a mistake and said, look at that ass.
So Reverend, let me recap here. You said to the congregation that, Reverend, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Reverend. You said to the congregation that they need to get up, turn around, and get on their knees and look at that ass. That is what you said to the congregation.
Mr. Dingle, I see you laughing. You think that's funny. Mr. Dingle, that is not funny. My wife did not think that was funny. And I did not on the back of my head does not think that is funny. But, yes, I basically said, get up, turn around, get down on your knees, and look at that ass.
But you did not mean to say, look at that ass. You were trying to say something, and your mind was sidetracked.
Yes, that is what I told my wife, that the devil is trying to infiltrate my spirit to make me say things that I ain't got no business saying.
All right. Well, I think that one of the tenets of many religions is forgiveness and understanding, and I think that you and your wife must pray and hope for forgiveness and understanding, and it will come to you, Reverend Goldstein.
Yes, forgiveness and understanding. Yes, I will pray for that, and I hope that my wife is listening. Wife, honey, baby, sweetie pie, forgiveness. I don't think my wife listening. She don't even know that I am on your show today. So I can say, boy, Mr. Dingleman, boy, you should have seen that.
Reverend. Calm down. This is what got you in trouble in the first place. Calm down, Reverend.
The flesh is weak, Mr. Dingleman. The flesh is weak, but I will be strong in the Lord. So what I want to do today is talk to you about a few things, how we do it in my church. I got some members of my church here today, and we are going to just have a little service and talk about how it's supposed to go, and everybody will have a good time with us. And at the Redeemer on high, look down low. If you don't know how to act, you know where you're going to go.
All right, we have your members of your church here today, but first we have a caller that wants to talk to you, Reverend. Maybe there is some counseling being sought, but he wants to talk to you,
and you brought him up, and it is Gus. Gus is on the line. Gus wants to talk to the Reverend. Good day, Gus. Good day.
This is Gus from Kentucky. I want to talk to the Reverend. I hear Reverend talk. He said something about my name and everything. When I say, women and everything, Reverend, I just want to know what it is you're talking about. What kind of church you run over there? Because in my church, we don't let people come up in here looking like this, looking any kind of way. In African-American church, y'all just let them come on in any kind of way. But in my church, you better come up in there dressed the right way. And boys better put up their pants. Come up in there, underwear and the pants on the ground, looking like food with pants on the ground. We are not going to have that in my church. Women better come up in there with long dresses all the way to their ankles. And the church to dress up to their neck. I mean, showing all the goodies and everything. That ain't meant for everybody in the world to say. That is just meant for your husband to say, not for everybody in the world. Reverend, I think that you need to go back. If you're a preacher and everything, you need to go back to training. And somebody need to tell you how to be a preacher because you don't know what you're talking about.
Bob A. Dingleman here. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks for listening, but there's much, much more to come here on the Bob Dingleman Hour.
Attorney Joseph Morrell, 35 years of civil and criminal law experience, located at 1310 West Colonial Drive, Suite 28, Orlando, Florida, 32804. Office number 407-425-1639. Fax number 407-649-8575. Or you can contact him via email at morrell@bellsouth.net.
This is Bob A. Dingleman. Catch me weekly on WDROPDE 4445 on your internet drive. The show is called That Is What I Am Talking About, and I am Bob A. Dingleman. Also, I am bad.
Win Wellness Center, LLC. Automobile accident, slip and falls, workers' compensation, headaches, neck pain, backache, sciatica, wellness care, acupuncture. Call 407-614-5891 or fax them at 407-614-5892 or visit them at 2716 Rue Circle, Suite 100, Ocoee, Florida, 34761 or visit them on the web at www.needadocnow.com. We got your back.
Don't touch that dial. There's more to come here on That Is What I Am Talking About.
What's up, Orlando? This is Miss Sassy D, and you're listening to the Jimmy Williams Show, WDROPDE 4445. Car accident? Remember, after 911, call 411, 1-800-411-PAIN.
You are listening to That Is What I Am Talking About. And again, I am Bob A. Dingleman, otherwise known as I Am Bad.
This is the Reverend Goldstein. Gus, you have called up in here.
And of faith, you cannot be calling to incite violence. What's the problem, Gus?
I'm just saying, I'm listening to this and everything, and I just can't believe what I'm hearing about women and butts and asses and things like that. I just don't think it's right. Come up in the house of the Lord, dressed any kind of way with everything out and showing everything. And if you're the preacher, you need to stand at the door and say, look here, woman, get your ass out of here.
Gus. We're not going to have that kind of language. Let's refrain from that, Gus.
Well, Bob, let me tell you something. I think that Gus is right. I think he's right. And from now on, at the Redeemer on high, who looks down low, I will stand at the door of the church every Sunday and Bible study and every other night. And look here, I am going to institute a dress code and a policy where I will check everybody's way they dress. I'm going to make sure that the pants pulled up. I'm going to make sure everybody got on drawers.
Reverend, I'm pretty sure that it might be illegal for you to check and see if everyone has on undergarments. How are you going to do that?
Well, I'm going to look. If they walk by me and it look like they ain't got no drawers on, I'm going to say, look, woman, you ain't got no drawers on, and you are not going to come up in the house of the Lord like that. Go home and put some drawers on right now. So I agree with Gus. The young fellas walking around here with their drawers showing all the time and pants pulled down and holding their pants and walking. They not coming up in the house of the Lord dressed like that. And women are not going to be showing all their goodies, just like Gus said. So, Gus, I agree with you on that. Well, Reverend, I just want, it just might me might. But I understand. I appreciate that you agree with me. And thank you for letting me call in, Bob, and talk about my experience and everything. And I appreciate that a whole lot, Mr. Dingleman.
Well, gentlemen, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Wonderful that we could come to some sort of agreement.
Well, Mr. Dingleman, it is good that we have come to an agreement, but I just want Gus to understand that I ain't always been a reverend. If he called back here again, I'm coming to Kentucky to look for him, and I'm going to put my foot up in his...
Reverend, your church members are here. You are their leader. You have to set an example. Anyway, we'll be right back. We're going to have his church perform for us, and just stay tuned. That is what I am talking about. I am Bob A. Dingleman. I am always bad. We'll be back. Thanks for listening, but there's much, much more to come here on the Bob Dingleman Hour.
Attorney Joseph Morrell, 35 years of civil and criminal law experience, located at 1310 West Colonial Drive, Suite 28, Orlando, Florida, 32804. Office number 407-425-1639. Fax number 407-649-8575. Or you can contact him via email at morrell@bellsouth.net.
Don't touch that dial. There's more to come here on That Is What I Am Talking About.
What's up, Orlando? This is Miss Sassy D, and you're listening to the Jimmy Williams Show, WDROPDE 4445. Car accident? Remember, after 911, call 411. 1-800-411-PAIN.
Bob A. Dingleman here. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
Win Wellness Center, LLC. Automobile accident, slip and falls, workers' compensation, headaches, neck pain, backache, sciatica, wellness care, acupuncture. Call 407-614-5891 or fax them at 407-614-5892 or visit them at 2716 Groove Circle, Suite 100, Ocoee, Florida, 34761, or visit them on the web at www.needadocnow.com. We got your back.
This is Bob A. Dingleman. Catch me weekly on WDROPDE 4445 on your internet drive. The show is called That Is What I Am Talking About, and I am Bob A. Dingleman. Also, I am bad. We are back. We are back on That Is What I Am Talking About. I am Bob A. Dingleman, and everybody knows that I am bad. We are here with the Reverend and his choir. They are going to perform for us.
This is the Reverend Goldstein. I must apologize for everything that y'all have heard in negative from me in the last hour or so. So now, back to matters of the spirit. And my choir, the Redeemer on high, looks down low. If you don't act right, you know where you gonna go, choir. And they are the best choir in America, and you are getting ready to see why. In my church, we do not use instruments because we want the voice and the spirit and the soul to come out and not hide in the music. We are going to sing a song and just show you how a church service goes in our sanctuary. Choir, I would like for you to come forward right now and bless the audience with a song. Yeah, yeah, Lord, yeah, yeah, Lord, yeah, yeah, Lord, yeah, yeah, Lord.
Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. Yes, indeed, my Lord. What a wonderful rendition by Reverend Goldstein's choir. What a wonderful, wonderful piece of listening and just soul stirring and really gets you going, gets you wanting to just jump out of your seat. Reverend, what a wonderful performance. Thank you, choir. We appreciate it. Is there anything else, Reverend?
Yes, now I switch to the part of the program where I must talk about the Lord. And today we are going to go back to the book of Mike and...
Reverend, book of Mike. Again, we discussed this before. I'm not familiar with the book of Mike, but...
Well, Mr. Digger, I have told you before that just because you don't understand the ways and the workings of the Lord does not mean that it is not valid. You need to get out of that new, up-to-date, brand new, change the words Bible and get to the old ones, and you will find book of Mike. And we are going to the 17th chapter and the 11th verse. And in that, it say, please follow along with me. It say, Thou'st thou thee, though, fee, fi, fo, fum.
Reverend, please. You are insulting the intelligence of everyone by saying those words. Those words are not in the Bible, Reverend, and I will not allow you to say that they are.
Mr. Dingleman, do I come to your job kicking brooms at your hand? Then don't come here trying to tell me how to do my job.
No, Reverend. You do not try to tell me what to do.
So
but
let me do my job. Now, back to the scripture. 12th voice. Who is thouest, innest, hearest, wantest to knowest, comest forward, ist, whosoever will, whosoever will, whosoever.
What is the word that you're saying? I don't want to interfere with your service, but please, from a listening audience, we'd like to know what you're saying.
I say, whosoever will, whosoever.
Okay. I will not interfere any longer. I will let you continue, but go ahead, Reverend. Just continue.
Whosoever will, cometh forward to up front and look and talk and thus and then when you come forward and see what about the Redeemer who sits on high and look down low. If you don't act right, you know where you going to go. Straight to hell, 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 straight to hell.
We must cut short your service. I thank you for bringing your... Pardon me, Reverend. I appreciate you bringing your message to the masses. Thank you for coming and bringing the Redeemer on High, Looks Down Low choir and sharing your service with us. We appreciate it here on That Is What I'm Talking About. I am Bobby Dingleman, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, I am bad. The fictional characters on this show are based on real-life events. These characters are owned and created by Golden Ears Entertainment in partnership with the Jimmy Williams Show. All rights reserved. This is Bob A. Dingleman. Catch me weekly on WDROPDE 4445 on your internet drive. The show is called That Is What I Am Talking About, and I am Bob A. Dingleman. Also, I am bad.